I remember the days of growing up when I played the X-Men video game, when the X-Men were the thing to play and to read and to watch and everything like that. And one of my favorite characters that was in the X-Men was, next to Wolverine or next to, say, Spider-Man, would have been Nightcrawler. And today I see things absolutely tearing the character apart because they're changing the origin of Nightcrawler. Before we get into the video today, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun things for YouTube. Who was your favorite X-Men? Let me know down below. Now, when it comes to Nightcrawler, Nightcrawler was the son of Mystique, and the history of Mystique is often confused with what's going on, especially with the when she was the Maiden of Apocalypse, when she was the enemy of the X-Men, and at times working with the X-Men, namely with X-Men First Class, with Charles Xavier and Mystique working hand in hand, bringing up new students for the X-Men. But today I am seeing something out of the new comic books, and you know, this just goes to show you how no one respects the original lore and the original stories of Nightcrawler or Mystique and what the actual history of his character really was. There was a mutant by the name of Azazel, and in a story of Mystique's past, she slept with Azazel, and Nightcrawler is the progeny of Azazel and Mystique. This was what I had come to know. And Azazel also made an appearance in X-Men First Class. But today, what I see coming out of X-Men and the comic books, they've turned and made Mystique into a lesbian that had sex and relations with a woman, and now they are mother and mother of Nightcrawler, and apparently Azazel doesn't exist anymore. So the comic strip that has come out here it's something, you know what, it's Mystique if she wants to shapeshift, but then it's suddenly, you know, the next point of it where Mystique actually is bent over and giving birth out of her bottom. I'm very confused by this because this is generally not how things go, especially when it's Destiny and Mystique. But if you look up the original in right now under Wikipedia, you get the history of Azazel and Nightcrawler being the progeny of Azazel. And it's very interesting that they've gone this route. You know, it seems that the modern day era is changing everything, and I don't like it. Like, whatever, Mystique, if you want to make Mystique a lesbian, she's had many lovers. Her character is not on any one record, and she shapeshifts to whatever she wants, but there is limitations to that mutant or the idea of that. The idea of this would have to be that Mystique can then shapeshift and give and impregnate herself, much like some frogs in the history that can change their gender, much like how we have Jurassic Park in that sense.
Surely not the ones that have bred in the wild.
Actually, they can't breed in the wild. There's no unauthorized breeding in Jurassic Park.
And how do you know they can't breed?
Well, because all the animals in Jurassic Park are female. We've engineered them that way.
Just this beating this into the new modern day comics doesn't have anyone sitting there throwing their hands up. Oh my God, this is so good. No, this just makes things look pathetic. It looks cringe. It looks absolutely ridiculous in itself. And I can't help but to think that the X-Men that we knew of the past is completely gone. The story's rewritten when you have to sit there and draw this line and now change up the story and retcon it completely away from what it once was. It's something else. You know, Azazel having the teleportation powers that Nightcrawler inherits. I mean, I guess I haven't really read this comic. Maybe Mystique still got it on with Azazel and then she has the baby anyway, but the suggestions here is that Mystique had relations with a woman in this sense, which just doesn't, that's not how birth is done. That's not how biology works. I had to go through IVF with my wife. We actually had to go and get help to have our child, and even then that was a completely different story. So this kind of just throws everything out the window that this is the type of thing that we're seeing now, and it's sickening. I don't even know how to really respond to this. If this is what they want to teach people with the X-Men, you might as well just not draw the comics anymore, because no one has anything original anymore, and this is the downfall of it and where it goes. Nightcrawler, you know, he was one of my favorite characters, and now I'm like, I don't really care anymore. It just feels like everything of the past that once was part of my childhood is completely gone, and I don't recognize what it is today. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? I know what mine are. I just think it's a little bit too far of the line. I think they've completely crossed it. Not much else I can say about this, because it's pretty sad to see that Nightcrawler get retconned this way. It's really too bad. It really is. Anyway, I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix Cindershadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.